Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make a headboard. I'm going to show you how to shape it, get lovely repeatable sticks, how to space them all perfectly, and then finish it and get a lovely sort of lustrous finish that this has got at the moment. Anyway, enjoy the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a template. Really important to get the template exactly as you want it, because if you're making 40 bits and pieces, then get the template right and then everything else is going to be perfect. So spend loads of time making a template, and then when you actually cut the bits and pieces, they're going to be absolutely smack on. Using the template, what I use is double-sided sticky tape. Seems to work. Stick it on the thing, and then stick the piece of timber on it, and then use a guide or trim bit on your router table. If you've got a router table, well, you're going to need one for this. And then trim all the bits and pieces off. Just be careful with it. It's a little bit awkward at times. So here we go. Still using these. Still got probably about another 30 of these things to go through. Anyway, oh, look at that. Chips of wood everywhere. That's nice, isn't it? Cheers. And if you like these videos and you're enjoying them, then please like and subscribe. It really makes a massive difference to me. So do that, and yeah, thanks. Right. When you're sanding timber, and this is just general, use your fingers and feel the roughness, because then you can gauge how good or how much sanding you've got left to do. So this is the back of the timber. I've got 6x1, so this is the back timber. This is the timber that's going to hold all the slats in place. I've got 6x1, so I've cut it in half, and then I've just used a jack plane, a slightly longer plane than normal, to get a straight edge. You could use the electric planer, but I couldn't be bothered to set it up. Anyway, right now I'm doing on off. So I mark the thickness of the timber, and then I use my chop saw and I have it set at a height, and then I've just trimmed each little housing. So you do that, 80 of those. Took a little bit of time, but probably definitely quicker than using a tendon saw or something like that. Here we go. First put together, just pop it all together, see if it's all fitting. What I found was because I'd done all the housings by hand, or not with a guide, that they weren't exactly right. So what I've had to do is just trim a couple. So I used a little trick here, just clamp up a little bit of timber that's square, and then use it as a guide against the timber to shave a little bit off and just get it right. So now I'm going to put a chamfer on all of the sticks, and I think that just adds a real nice touch to it. It also hides some it will hide some imperfections. So it's really difficult to get everything absolutely smacking on. But if you just take the corners off, then it's very difficult to see the heights. So what it will do is it will just take the eye away. So it actually makes it look nice, but it also will hide any imperfections that you've made in there. So here we go, just fire through them, 40 of these. first put together. Just seeing if you've got any imperfections and whatnot. And now what it's going to do is I'm going to set everything to the same size. So I used a gauge. Here are all the bits all roughly finished. So start sanding. This is it. This is your finishing now. I used a gauge as well. So when I was gluing up, I used a guide, and this way you will get everything absolutely smack on. And this is where it's also a real benefit to have everything just slightly tight, so you can just push it into place, and then the glue will stick. So you just go tip, 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 tip. Top tip: get the glue off when it's still wet. Do that. Do it every time. You will only do it once and leave the glue on, and then trying to be getting off all the glue in the nooks and crannies is an absolute nightmare. And here are the two stands. So these will attach to the bed, and then the headboard will attach above. Right, these are the brackets to actually attach the headboard onto the stand. I use the chop saw again, just put a slight angle on them, and then just fiddle about with them until they fit in place, and then just screw them in. And remember, because this is the back, you don't have to be so fussy about it, because it's not going to be on show. So it's all the front that you really have to be absolutely smack on. Anything behind, don't worry too much about it. Unless you've got OCD, you probably will. Here we go, drilling a few holes. I'm going to bolt the headboard onto the stand. So drill the holes through there. And I've got some threaded inserts as well that I'm going to use. So there you go, just pop some threaded inserts. I think I've used M6 bolts, so they'll go through the stand and into those inserts. So just measure correctly, and you won't have a problem with that. Right, so the finish I'm going to use, it's shellac on bare timber to seal it. So I've used about 3 coats of shellac. I mixed my own shellac. I use a 2-pound cut. It's really good for sealing, and it takes about half an hour to go in between coats. So just smash coat on. It goes on like a dream. Use just a hake brush or something like that. Something that doesn't lose its bristles. Just keep popping it on, and then in between coats, just sand down. I use P180 to sand down in between coats. It just takes the roughness off. So shellac, sand back, shellac, sand back. But it's not a heavy sand, it's just a light sand, just to take the bits off. So here we go again, next coat of shellac. It's really nice to use the shellac. Right, so the last thing I'm gonna do, you can either use quad zero wire wool, or you can use a non-woven abrasive pad. And I've gone for the abrasive pad because I had some. I've never used it before, and it actually worked really well. So you just give it a bit of a rub down, and then pop a bit of wax on. I've got some clear wax paste. Just get it on sort of roughly evenly, and then just use the pad to take all the bits off and everything, and evenly apply it. Again, I used about 2 or 3 coats of polish. Put a coat on, leave it half an hour, and then rub it down, put another coat on, leave it for half an hour. Once you've done that, got 2 or 3 coats on, then just get a cloth and buff it up, and it's a beautiful finish. It's just like a sheen, like a satin, but it's just a beautiful sheen. It's not high gloss, I've used a microfiber cloth, absolutely fantastic for this sort of. Putting it together again now, so you've done all the hard work in the shop, and now you just get it into place. So try and do as little as you can in place, and just do that. So as you can see, the bolt is just going to slide into the existing board there. There it is. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out. Looks like it's something that you could buy, and it doesn't cost very much. Right. Thanks very much.